Prasidh Publishing House Private Limited, Cochin. He has completed his MBA from Christ University, Bangalore. He is a resource person for soft skill at Kerala State Civil Service Academy and an external mentor for WWS Work with a Scholar program under the Directorate of Collegiate Education, Kerala. He is a key resource person for Center for Faculty Development under Naval Education, Society for Training and Empowering Indian Navy School Teachers Pan India. And he is nearing 1,000 sessions in different audiences in Kerala, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu. So, dear teachers and students, we are so privileged to have his very presence to lead this enlightening session. The topic is Rediscover Yourself. I am well sure that this session will really help our students to have a good motivation in this very difficult situation. Dear Sir, thank you very much for accepting our invitation. On behalf of the management, teachers, and students, I welcome dear Sir to enlighten our students by this beautiful session. Welcome, dear Sir.
Thank you very much, Father Jose.
Okay, I'm also happy to welcome Mr. Johnny Sir, the territory manager of the Passport Publishing House, who always with the management give all his support and care. Welcome, dear Sir. I am delighted to welcome all the teachers who always with the students to motivate and encourage. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Father.
I am delighted to welcome all the teachers who always with the students to motivate and encourage our students. Welcome, dear teachers. Finally, I welcome all the young minds of St. Mary's. It is your great day. Make use of this session and try to rediscover yourself in these days of survival. Wish you all the best, and I remain thank you. And I welcome dear Sir to continue the session. Thank you.
So, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I hope I am audible.
Yes, audible.
Okay. So, good morning again, and most respected Principal Father Jose, Johnny Vargas, Territory Manager, Password Publishing House. Warm welcome to everyone. So, I'm just sharing the screen, and we'll be making use of the chat box in between. So, all the participants, whenever I ask you some question, kindly see to it that you comment in the chat box. We'll make use of it very extensively so that we'll make this class really fruitful. Okay, so I'll just share the screen. Just let me know whether it is visible properly. Give me a minute. I'll just give a very small brief about today's session. And I was talking about something, so let me finish that first and then move to the next slide. So I was talking about the fact that we all have a lot of mobile phones at home, and in your mobile phone we have a lot of softwares installed. So Facebook, WhatsApp, your camera, these are all applications which we use every day. And very often, probably 4 to 5 months on this basis, we get a message to update this software that we use every day. And we move to the next level, and that is how it is becoming productive every single day. Now, the fact we have to understand is human mind is also like a software. So my question to all those beautiful people who were patient till this point of time is just ask yourself, when was the last time you updated your own software? And that is why the name of the session I've given it as Rediscovering Yourself, how you can move from one version to the second version and how to keep yourself productive. Okay, so let us make use of the chat box, and let me know whether you are able to see my chat. I typed a hi. All those beautiful people, if you can reply back in the comment box, just give me a hi. I'll just get to know that people are here. Okay. Few of you have turned on your cameras as well. And I think Father told everyone to joined with the video on. That is why a lot of people have joined. Okay, fine, perfect. So I'll just move back to my slide again. And just to tell you what the session is all about. So today's session is all about the importance of motivation in our life. And second, we'll be discussing about why it is important for you to have smarter goals. And very importantly, we'll come to point number 3 towards the end of our journey together. We'll be talking about how you can make use of our time productively during the lockdown days. Now, when we talk about motivation, there are two kinds of motivation that we're talking about. Number one is what we call as external motivation. And we get this motivation every day. We get this external motivation from our parents at home. And you have your online classes happening. You have your Father Joes inspiring you every day. And we also have a few friends who try their level best to motivate us every single day. Good friends. So this is number one. This is what we call as external motivation, and we can get this even from books as well. Very importantly, a very vibrant source of information, snippets of wisdom we get from books as well. Now the second one is what we call as internal motivation, which means you have to be motivated by yourself. Can you just quickly tell me in the comment box what kind of motivation is that we need if we want to succeed in the long run, if we want to achieve our goals? Is it external or internal? Can we comment in the comment box? What kind of motivation do we need if we have to achieve monumental success in our life? What kind of motivation is that we're looking for? Okay, I'm very happy to see that people are giving me comments. Thank you very much. One thing we have to understand is, since this is happening online mode, and it is having its own set of limitations, and we had a lot of connectivity issues early in the morning. So whenever I ask you a question, kindly see to it that you give the answers in the chat box, and it is very important that all those people who are logged in with the videos, you will have to smile. The way some people look at me, I kind of get a feeling I'm a terrorist. Okay, so all those people, kindly see to it that you give me a good smile, and we'll be having a great journey together. And probably this session will not be like a normal slide presentation. I'm here to share a lot of stories with you. My PowerPoint doesn't have anything except a few images. So you can take it like a storytelling kind of a session. Okay, so a lot of comments in the comment box, and almost everybody have typed, if you want to achieve something in our life, the kind of motivation that we need is internal. Thank you very much. So how to keep yourself internally motivated? That is what we are discussing today. Okay, so let's move on. So these are the expectations about today's session from my end. So I'm just taking it for granted that you all will hear from me and you will not listen to me. Can someone tell me what is the difference between hearing and listening inside a classroom? Are they the same, or is there any difference? What is the difference between hearing and listening? We have our classes happening offline or online. What does your teacher tell you? Hear from me or listen to me? Can you comment? Can you comment? Which one is important? Hearing or listening? Okay, listen to me. That's what my teacher tells me every day. Wonderful. Now, what is the difference between hearing and listening? Hearing is very passive, which means it moves in here, it moves out. Listening is when you are actively involved in something, which means you are putting your heart and soul into it, and you are getting whatever it is being shared in the classroom. So as long as we are here together, and we still have 1 hour, 15 minutes of time to go. So as long as we are here together, I want everyone to listen to me very actively. Hearing means you are keeping your eyes wide open and then you are sleeping. Yeah. Listening is when your mind is getting involved and we achieve a lot of things together. Okay. So that is my expectation number 1 for you. Don't just hear from me As long as we are together, I want you to listen to me. Second thing is, I want you to take notes from the slides. My slide will not be having a lot of points, but I'll be giving you probably one word or maximum 2-3 words. So it is advisable if you can keep a notebook and a pen or a sheet of paper and a pen next to you. It would be great if you could scribble it down, and you can refer it later as well. Okay, because this program is not a fun entertainment kind of a program. This is a program initiated by your school, and I must thank Father Jose for this, because he has taken the pain to arrange a session at this point of time for 8th, 9th, and 10th grade students, which is highly appreciated. Unlike all of the schools, they have only this online subject classes happening. Not every school is very keen when it comes to doing motivation sessions and all. So let me acknowledge that first of all. And the third point I've written is you have to be very active throughout. And in my class, whenever I ask you a question, I want everybody to try it. And let us not be too much worried about whether my answer will go wrong. Even if it goes wrong, it is okay for me. Let us be happy to make mistakes today. Let us not be too much worried about making mistakes. Whenever I ask you something, be very quick to comment in the chat box. Okay? So with that note, let us continue. And we move to the next slide. So how to stay motivated. This is our topic number 1 for the day. So like I discussed with you, 3 areas we'll be covering today. Point number 1 is how to stay internally motivated. Okay. So let me start first of all by sharing a very small story. Since I told you that my class is also going to be like a storytelling kind of a session. Can someone identify the person in the picture? It's a very difficult thing to do, but still, can someone identify who is there in the picture? Any idea? Tariq is telling no. Anne is telling no. Oh, it's a big no. Okay. So initially, when I share a few examples, these faces will not be very familiar to you. That is okay. Let us learn a few more new faces today. But as we progress, I promise I'll give you names which will be pretty much familiar. Okay. So let me come back again to the slide. Okay. And let me tell you who is this guy and why this man's slide is there on the screen. So this man is from Spain, and he has got a very wonderful name. His name is Wins Posente. And let us not be worried about what is the spelling, because in the next slide, I'll be showing his name written format. So his name is Wins Posente, and Wins Posente is a man with a great personality. And you take any angle in his life, this man has scored 100 out of 100 in any area. He was good in studies. He was good in sports. You talk about any angle in his life, this man is simply a winner. Now, this man is a management consultant, which means we all know about companies like Facebook, WhatsApp, and all. Oracle as a company, Microsoft as a company, right? Byju's app as a company. All these companies, whenever they need some kind of direction, which means they need to know the direction in which they are moving, or they need some kind of advice. Let's keep it very simple. Whenever a great company like Microsoft needs an expert opinion and advice from another person, they all will come to this man. He is a consultant, and you will have to fix an appointment to meet this man 40 days in advance. 40 days before, you will have to take an appointment if you have to meet him. So that is a kind of a busy schedule that he follows. Now, this gentleman has got close to 7 honorary PhDs. And this man is a professor at the very famous Massachusetts University. And this man is very fond of ice skiing. I hope you know what is ice skiing. I'm not talking about ice skating. I'm talking about ice skiing, which means you move on top of an icy mountain on a sledge. So one day he was practicing with his friends. He does this every day, ice skiing in Spain. And one day he was practicing, and he asked his friend, You do this every day. Do we have any competitions in ice skiing? And one of his friend told him, we have the World Olympics. If you want to participate, you go there and participate. So my dear friends, you won't believe, for the next 4 years, every single day, this man practiced for hours, every single day, for hours. For the next 4 years, he practiced ice skiing. He became so perfect in ice skiing. He represented his country, Spain, for the next World Olympics. And this man got Olympic gold medal for ice skiing. Olympian or the speaker, great wins percentage. Now this gentleman, couple of years back, you'll find his name here. I've written wins percentage on top. This gentleman wrote a book with the name The Ant and the Elephant. And it's a very beautiful book, highly recommended. And it is not advisable to read it at this age, but I will tell you what is the main message he tells throughout the book. So name of the book is The Ant and the Elephant, written by the great author Vince Poscente. Close your eyes for a moment. You to imagine something in your mind. Can we do that? Can we do us make use of the comment box and let me know whether you are ready? Okay. Thank you very much. So I want everyone to close for a moment. Please close your eyes. When I tell close your eyes, you have to close both your eyes. Don't keep one eye open. Okay. I'm moving with this expectation that you all closed your eyes. Okay. Close your eyes. And I'm telling you to imagine something very, very funny. You will feel like laughing, but don't laugh. Okay? You'll feel like laughing, but don't laugh. Control yourself. And what I want you to do now is, keeping your eyes, I want you to imagine a huge elephant. Please imagine a huge African elephant. I hope you're able to imagine a elephant, not an Indian elephant, African elephant. It will not even fit inside your house. I wonder if you have kept your eyes closed, how will you be able to comment? Okay, still, okay, good to see people. Now, very carefully to me. Imagine the huge African elephant is walking in the east direction. The elephant is walking in the east direction. I hope that is clear. Now, the second thing I want you to imagine is a very small ant, the tiniest possible ant you have seen. Please imagine a very small ant. The ant is seated on the back of the elephant. The ant is seated on the back of the elephant. The elephant is moving in the east direction, but the ant is moving in the west direction. The elephant is moving towards the east. The ant on the back of the elephant is in the west direction. You can now open your eyes. Please open your eyes. And I'll ask you a very simple question. I want you to tell me the direction in which the ant is moving right now. Tell me in which direction is the ant moving now. People are telling east. Some tells west. Someone told northeast. I don't know how you got that. Okay, we got east, west. By himself, west on the elephant west. Okay, okay, that's something new. Okay, 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 okay. Any more answers? So, I think you have guessed it right. The elephant is walking in the east direction. The ant is seated on the back of the elephant. So no matter in which direction is the ant moving, it will automatically move in the direction wherever the elephant moves, right? Yes or no? It moves in that direction. So it's been told that in his book, your mind is of two types. One is what we call as your conscious mind. Conscious mind. Second is what we call as your subconscious mind, not unconscious mind. The second is what we call as your subconscious part of your mind. Which one do you think is powerful? Mind is of two types again, conscious mind, subconscious mind. Can you tell me which mind of yours is very, very powerful? You can give your comments on meeting. And Father Jose, you should be very happy. Your children are very smart. Every time I ask something, they're quick to give me an answer. Okay. So what kind of a mind is it? Conscious mind or it is a subconscious mind? Okay, undoubtedly. Majority tells it is your conscious mind. Now, moving back to a story. The elephant in the story. The elephant in the story is actually our subconscious mind. And the ant in the story is actually your conscious mind. So I hope you're able to understand the difference. So it's very, very important for you to frame your mind, your mindset, your attitude, no matter what is happening right now. We are having a very difficult situation, and probably educators, very importantly, teachers might be the people who are struggling a lot today. Right? Today itself, take a moment to thank all your teachers, because this is something that is really, really new for them. All those teachers who are very happy teaching you offline in a classroom, suddenly they are asked to teach online, which is not very easy thing to do, right? So change is everywhere, and mind is very important, right? So how to stay motivated, dig deeper into it, and let us understand this on a bit more greater note, how this could be possible. Okay, so let me give you another example of the importance of staying motivated, how motivation helps you to achieve things in your life. So let's move to 3 steps which will help you to be motivated. Step number 1 is have clarity about your purpose. You should know what is the purpose in your life. Why are you studying in a school? Why is it that we learn a lot of different subjects every day? And why is it teachers, parents, mentors, every single day they talk about motivation? Why is it that they talk every single day about goals and careers and all those things? So why is it? Because of one reason. It's all about clarity of purpose, which will give you monumental things in your life. So let us move to the first example. Are you all with me? Yes or no? Are you all with me? Okay, thank you. So again, another example to make it very clear. Why and how clarity helps people to bring success in their life. Next question to you. Identify the personality on the screen. You can give your comments. Not easy again. Don't tell me he's a very old man. I know he's a very old man, but still. Any idea who is a person on the screen? Yes or no? Even no is okay, no problem. Okay. Someone told is in between. Okay. Okay. NOO. That's a big no, right? Okay. No worries. I'll tell you who is this person. So I think it might be pretty much clear to you that he is a very famous personality. Otherwise, his name will not come on a Google Doodle page. This image, I believe, is very familiar. A special day is marked for something, or you celebrate a day. It's such an important day, or whenever Google wants to highlight a personality who has given a lot of contributions to the world, only then Google will be happy to share the name of a person next to the Google Doodle. So this gentleman's name is Dr. Govindappa Venkataswamy. That's a very long name, so we'll keep him very simple, Dr. V. Will that be fine? We'll call him Dr. V. And Dr. V is a Tamil Brahmin. He is from the city of Madurai. And Dr. V was very good in studies in school. And he passed out of his school in flying colors. And this man planned to do medicine. And this man did his MBBS and then his master's in a field of study called ophthalmology, which means it deals with the study of your eyes. So he did his MSc in ophthalmology. He is care as a doctor with Indian Army. He joined Indian Medical Corps as an eye surgeon. And I'm talking about probably 40, 50 years back. Started his career as an eye surgeon. He was doing so well in his career as an eye surgeon. 15 years of service with Indian Army. This man was known as the world's finest eye surgeon. It took him only 15 years. And just within 15 years of time, he was known as the world's best eye surgeon. 3 more years passed by. 3 more years of service with Indian Army. Dr. Govindappa Venkata Swamy was infected with a disease. And that disease left his right hand crippled. What do we mean by crippling? It's kind of a paralysis. All other parts of his body working fine, no problem at all. But his right hand stops to function. So imagine, you are known as the world's best eye surgeon. Suddenly one day, your right hand stops to function. So do you think this is anymore with the same kind of precision, with the same kind of clarity? Will this person be, I think someone has turned on the speaker. Okay. Thank you very much for that. Okay. So just imagine 15 years of service and then quickly with 18 years of service, infected with a disease that left his right hand crippled. This man found it very difficult to continue with his surgeries anymore. So the chief of the Indian Army called Dr. Govindappa Venkata Swamy into his cabin and told him, sir, you have given enough service for the nation. Don't you think it is very high time for you to retire? You have given us a lot of service. You have been with us in the most difficult terrains and operations. You have been such a star for Indian Army. Don't you think it is high time for you to retire? So Dr. V or Dr. Govindappa Venkata Swamy, without thinking too much, he took retirement from Indian Army and he came back to his hometown, Madurai. And the year was 1977. And before that, for continuously for 13, 14 years, he was working with a hospital nearby and he was working with Madurai Medical College. So he took retirement from Indian Army. He continued working with Madurai Medical College for 13, 14 years. And now the year came 1977. In 1977, we had something really painful happening in our country. We had a lot of people who were infected with eye-related diseases, eye-related ailments. And statistics, if I remember correctly, tells us we had 1 million patients in India who had a lot of difficulty when it comes to reading, and mostly eye-related ailments. And Dr. Govindappa Venkata Swamy's age in 1977 was 67, means pretty old. At the age of 67, this man decided he has to do something really beautiful to save all these people. And at the age of 67, with very high levels of cholesterol, very high levels of blood pressure in his body, he started a very small clinic in his hometown, Madurai. I hope you know what is a clinic. A clinic is a place where probably 3 to 4 patients can be accommodated at the same time. A small clinic, we cannot even call it as a hospital. Now he started this in 1977. Now, many years have passed by, and today in 2020, the small hospital started by Dr. Govindappa Venkataswamy stands tall as the world's best eye care chain. Just imagine, started as a small hospital in 1977. At the age 67, the power of a man, the power of the dream. And now in 2020, this hospital is known as the world's finest eye care chain in the world. Dr. V passed away, and he received Padma Bhushan from the President of India in 1995, the highest civilian award you can get from the President of a country. He received this from the President of a country in the year 1995. Dr. V is no more, but the hospital started by this man stands tall today, even as the world's finest eye care chain. Let me show you a very small image about how this looks like. Okay. So here you will find Dr. Govindappa Venkataswamy receiving Padma Bhushan, the highest civilian award you can get from the President of a country. Dr. V is there receiving it from the President. Next to that, you will find Aravind Eye Care Systems. That's the name of the hospital he started. It's called Aravind Eye Care. And across the globe, they have got close to 1,700 hospitals. And they have done 3 million surgeries. 3 million surgeries over the last couple of years. And they are having a world record. Till date, not even a single surgery has failed or flopped. They're having a world record. So why am I telling the story of a man, Dr. Govindappa Venkataswamy? Why am I telling the story of an old man? Is because he started dreaming about what he wanted to do with his life at the age 67. He started dreaming about what he wanted to become in his life at the age of 67. Just think about your age. Imagine what kind of miracles can happen in your life if you can decide on what you want to become in your life today. Now, this example I understand was difficult again. So let us move to the next example. So let's recollect. We are talking about the first aspect of our session. We are talking about motivation, and we discussed there are two kinds of motivation: external, internal. And then we are talking about how to stay motivated internally. Session 1, how to stay internally. And in that point number 1, we are discussing about the importance of clarity or purpose in your life. So on those lines, we gave the first example. Let us move to the second example. I'm sure you will be able to identify this man. Quickly tell me, who is this man? Identify the personality. You can give the comments in the comment box. Can someone tell me, who is this guy? Who is this great personality? I need answers. Someone has typed Tom. Okay, fine. He's a very famous Hollywood actor. He's a very famous Hollywood actor. Can someone identify who it is? Okay, someone has given the answer. Someone is telling Sylvester Stallone. There you go. Someone has told this is Arnold. You're right. This is the very famous Arnold Schwarzenegger, the great bodybuilder the world has ever seen. Now, when we talk about motivation, and when we talk about the importance of the age at which you have to decide what you want to become, Arnold Schwarzenegger decided at the age 15 that he wanted to become the best bodybuilder in the world. And he started lifting weights in a gymnasium when his age was only 15, which means right now we have 10 standard guys who have joined. Okay. So at your age, this man started lifting weights in a gymnasium. When his age was hardly 18, he made his body ready to compete for the Mr. Universe competition, bodybuilding championship. But there was a rule in United States. Unless and until you are 20, you cannot compete. So Arnold Schwarzenegger continuously for hours every day for years he practiced. And exactly at the age 20, Arnold Schwarzenegger became Mr. Universe. Mr. Olympia continuously for the next 7 years. And this man remained as a champion. You won't believe, for 14 years. So why am I giving an example of Arnold Schwarzenegger? He decided what he wanted to do with his life at the age 15. So that's what I'm talking about. The earlier you decide what you want to become, that is when miracles start to happen in your life. Now, moving on to the third example. So first example, we talked about Dr. Govindappa Venkataswamy. His age was, can someone tell me what was his age when he decided what he wanted to do in his life? Can you give a comment? 67, exactly. So Govindappa Venkataswamy Arnold Schwarzenegger, the great Hollywood actor, decided what he wanted to become at the age 15. Now let us see the power of this again when we move to the next level. So we are moving to example number 3. Example number 3, and we have finally come here. Identify the child in the image. You'll find that someone with an orange t-shirt. Can someone tell me who is this? I thought you will crack this one, which I believe was easy. Someone is telling, Tejas is telling, no idea, sir. Okay. Delna is telling, sir, this is a film shooting that is going on. Okay. I'll tell you whether it is film shooting or something. Okay. Okay, a lot of answers. Thank you. So I'll just tell you who is this. Okay. Now, this is a very famous story. And this happened many, many years back. And it happened in a place called Kemptville. It's in Canada. The name of the boy in the picture is Ryan, R-Y-A-N. Ryan is his name. And Ryan was studying in the first standard in the school when a teacher was taking a class. And Ryan was listening very actively. The teacher was telling about the difficulties of children living in African countries, where every day they have to walk miles to fetch drinking water. They have to walk miles every day in the morning to fetch drinking water to drink. Now the class got over, and immediately after the class, Ryan went to his teacher and asked his teacher, ma'am, it is a very sad story you have told us today. Now, we are all very lucky that we get proper drinking water, food to eat, and all those things. So I feel I should help those children living in African countries. And Ryan asked his teacher a beautiful question. Teacher, will you please tell me how much money will it cost if I have to construct, if I have to dig a new well in Africa so that the poor children can have clean and safe drinking water? How much money will I have to give you? The teacher was really shocked, because you don't expect questions like this from someone who's studying in class 1. So the teacher told him, my dear son, probably it will take $70. Why the teacher told $70? Because that was an amount that came to her mind, and she told, $70, my dear son, we will construct a well in Africa. Ryan was very happy. Ryan went home, and in the evening when the family was having dinner together, now that culture is not seen nowadays, but earlier when I was young and all of us used to have food together. Now there are still families where this happens, but I believe that has gone for a toss now. Now you people have food at your own timings and all. Okay. And many people don't sleep in the night also, that is another thing. You're all glued onto mobile phones. I know your age. I do a few counseling sessions, so that's why I'm telling this to you. Okay. So Ryan shared this idea with his parents. His father told, I will give you the money. But there is one problem. I will give you the money only if you do some work in our house. So they signed an agreement. Terms and conditions were signed. And his father told him, you clean the window of our house, I'll give you $1. You help your mother every day in the kitchen, I will give you $2. You help me to wash my car, I will give you $3. Now, Ryan wanted this $70 because his goal in life was very, very big. Now, to get this $70, Ryan was willing to do anything. So what Ryan did, every day after reaching his house, every day, even before having his evening tea, he used to ask, what is the kind of work I have to do today at my house? And my dear friends, it took him 1 month. After 1 month, he collected $70, and with a lot of pride, he went to his teacher and gave the money to her. The teacher almost fainted. The teacher never thought the boy was so serious about this. Now the teacher and the student, they approached an organization with the name Water Can. Water Can is a very famous charity organization. They do their operations mostly in the western part of the world. Now Water Can officials, they told, we are not sure whether with $70 whether we'll be able to construct a well. Let us see what we can do. After 2 days, Ryan's parents got a call from this institution, and they told Ryan's parents that your son had submitted a small proposal for constructing a well. Please tell him that if your son wants to construct a well, we need minimum $2,000. Now, $2,000 was again another big challenge in front of him. But slowly, what happened? Ryan's story became a huge hit in the newspapers. And more people started to read about Ryan's story, and people started donating money. People started writing checks in his name. And this time, within 3 weeks, he collected $2,000. And if you look at the picture very closely, what you will find is Ryan is standing very next to the officials of Ryan Well Foundation. You will find Ryan in the second picture. You will see Ryan in a green t-shirt. And what are they doing? That is not film shooting. Someone had told me it is film shooting, sir. Okay, no problem. I'm not mocking you. Somewhere it feels like it's a film shooting, but it's not a film shooting. What they're doing is they're constructing a well. And this well is being constructed in the compound of a school. And it happened many years back. Ryan has grown up today, and Ryan's age at this point of time is 37. And Ryan is running an organization with the name Ryan Well Foundation. You'll see Ryan on the screen. That is young Ryan today, 37 years of age. And Ryan Well Foundation is closely associated with United Nations and UNESCO as well for their CSR, which means corporate social responsibility, charity kind of activities and all. Ryan is still there. So 3 stories we have discussed, my dear friends. The first story was that of a person who dreamed at the age of 67, Dr. Govinda Venkateswamy. The second story was that of the great Arnold Schwarzenegger, the man who decided what he wanted to do with his life at the age 15. And very importantly, we are talking about the story of young Ryan, who decided when he was in class 1 what he wanted to do with his life, and see the kind of success he has received in his life so far. And Ryan has so far constructed more than 3 lakh similar wells in different parts of the world. So that is a kind of an impact young Ryan has created till date. Now, my question is, if my understanding is right, we are students from classes 8, classes 9, and classes 10. Am I right, Father Jose? Classes 8, 9, and 10.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes.
Classes 8, 9, and 10. Okay. I want you to be very honest with yourself. I want you to be honest with yourself for the first time in your life. And I want you to tell me how many of you have decided what you want to become in your life. Tell me yes or no. You can give your comments in the comment box. How many of you have decided what you wanted to become in your life? I'm getting mixed responses. People are telling yes. But great to see a good number of yes in between. I'm seeing a few no as well. Okay, thank you very much. We are 97 people together. Okay, we were 100 plus, but few people probably they left us in between. That is probably because of the connectivity issues. They found it very boring. They are logged onto the screen for a very long period of time. Okay, now if I filter this, most of these answers might be from the younger category, 8 and 9. 10 standard might be a bit confused because they are having a lot of options in front of them. So what is the age at which you have to ideally decide? The earlier, the better for you to decide what you want to become in your life. Can someone tell me what is the difference between a dream and a goal? You have given me yes. Okay. Majority, I would say 80 to 90% of people here, they've told me, sir, I have decided what I wanted to do with my life. There is a greater possibility that it is a dream. It's not a goal. Which one is required if you want to succeed, dream or a goal? Okay, people are commenting goal. Okay. Can someone tell me what is the difference between a dream and a goal? Tell me the difference between a dream and a goal. Right? It's okay even if it goes wrong, it's fine. But still, if you can comment, what is the difference between a dream and a goal? Can you give me a few ideas? I'll be very happy to read it. Okay. People are still not done commenting dream or goal. Okay. Probably there is some delay in between also. So that is also one reason. We understand technology, no matter how great it looks like, online sessions has got its own troubles. Okay. Someone has typed dreams are something we create. Okay. Aishwarya tells dreams are something that we create. Okay. Beautiful. Lena Syriac, she tells dream means we need in life, goal is our life. Okay. That's very close. Another guy tells us if a dream has to be achieved, it must be a goal. Beautiful. Dream, just imagination. Goal, we want to achieve. Beautiful. Tejas K. Nair, I believe that answer is very close to what I was saying. So, dream is something that we see every day. Okay. I'm getting more comments. Can I move on? Otherwise, I will have to keep on reading everything. Can I move on? Will that be fine? Okay. Dreams are imagination. Dream is just an imagination. Okay, it's all the same things. Taking action. Goal is where we want to reach. Destination. Beautiful. Okay, beautiful. Can we have a clap for all those people who have given the right answers? You can do this way. A clap is a clap. Let's not be worried whether this is being heard by your friend seated somewhere else. Okay. So, dream is something that we see every day. And few of our dreams will settle down. And few of our dreams will become goals. Now, how to set goals? That's what we'll talk about. How to set smarter goals. What is the difference between a dream and a goal? You have told me the difference is this. Now, how to set smarter goals and how it has to be done. Let's give another example. Okay. Before that, again, I would like to give you another round of questions. Okay, let's keep it very interactive. In which century are we living right now? Are we living in the 19th century, 20th century, or 21st century? Okay. Now, Father, I'm very happy to see the kind of response I'm getting. Okay. You have got a very active set of people. So, a lot of people have commented. See, I do sessions in schools and there are children who doesn't even know in which century do we live. Okay. So you're all telling 21st century. Let's move to the 20th century. 20th century is from which year to which year? 20th century. Now this is 21st century, right? When I'm talking about 20th century, that is from which year to which year? Let's see how you comment that. Thank you. 1900 for the next 100 years. Okay. A small study was done. And the purpose of the study was this. They wanted to figure out who all are the people who have made huge contribution to this world. Who all are the finest leaders? Who all are the people who have dominated the thinking of 20th century the most? Who were those people who made a huge impact in people's life? And this survey was done by a very famous university. And it took them close to 3 months. And they asked a lot of people from different parts of the world. And people all gave different answers. Finally, they came down to the first 3 people who made a huge impact in this world. Can someone tell me a wild guess? Who will come in the first 3? I'm talking about the first 100 years of 20th century, who all will be the people who might have been there as slot number 1, 2, and 3. Who came in the first 3 slots? Can you give me a wild guess? You can give your comments. Let us also check your general knowledge as well as your general awareness. Okay, someone has given Malala Yousafzai. You have typed, you have right. Gandhiji's name is there. Great. Mandela's name is there. Okay, beautiful. Any other answers? Okay, so we got the first 3 names. Mother Teresa. Okay, there are more answers on the way. Mandela, Gandhiji, Ambedkar. Okay, who have influenced the world a lot. Let us not limit this only to India. I'm talking about who all are the people who have influenced the world a lot. The entire humanity was moved by their principles. Subhash Chandra Bose. Einstein, beautiful. Deva is telling Einstein, and then Mahatma Gandhi. Malala Yousafzai told me. Bill Gates' name is there. Alan is telling Edison, Thomas Alva Edison. Steve Jobs. Okay. So let me cut it there. Let me move on. So as Indians, my dear friends, I believe we should be really proud that the first 2 names that we got in the list was that of number 1 as the great leader the world has ever seen, great Mahatma Gandhi. The second name what we got in the list was that of the great Swami Vivekananda. And the third name what we got was that of Albert Einstein. And the list continues like 1 to 10, it moves on. Okay. So number 1, Mahatma Gandhi. Number 2 was given to Swami Vivekananda. And number 3, we gave the name to Albert Einstein. Now, since people are giving me answers, can someone tell me the birthplace of Mahatma Gandhi? Where was Mahatma born? That's very simple. Someone is telling Gujarat. The other day I asked in a small session, where was Gandhi born? Someone told me hospital. And someone was a very realistic guy. He told he was probably born in his house itself. At that point of time, no hospitals and all. Okay, you're telling Porbandar, you're telling Gujarat, you're telling Gandhinagar. Okay, that's something new for me. Okay, thank you very much. If you're telling this to me that Mahatma was born in India, I would say your answer is wrong. If you are telling this to me that Mahatma Gandhi was born in Gujarat, I will tell again your answer is wrong. Now, if you are being very specific and you're telling me that he was born in Porbandar, again your answer is wrong. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was born in Porbandar. My question was, where was Mahatma Gandhi born? Mahatma was born in a railway station in South Africa. Agree with me or not? Mahatma was not born in India. Mahatma was born in a railway station in South Africa. If you can recollect what happened, he was thrown out of the train. And when he was thrown out of the train, he decided a day will come when I will throw you out of your country. That moment, a great personality was born, and we call him great Mahatma. Right? So that is what we call as smarter goal. That is what we call as being smart, smarter, how to set goals. That's very, very important. Now, there is another example. Can you tell me who is this? Identify this personality. Who's this guy? You can see my screen, right? Yeah, you can see my screen. Okay. No idea. Yes, no, yes. He's a very famous film director, Hollywood film director of the film Jurassic Park, Titanic. These are all films you have seen. You watch films, I believe. Please do watch good films. It gives you motivation. Any idea who is this personality? Ross is telling, sir, I've seen the film, but I don't know who is the director. Okay, fine. So let us discuss who is this one. This is a very famous Steven Spielberg, the man who gave Hollywood beautiful films, and I don't know how many Oscar awards he has won so far. And he is known for his quality of delivering things. Let it comes to production, direction, or whatever it is, this man is there in the front row. Steven Spielberg, once he in an interview was telling, when he was directing Jurassic Park, many of a times he skipped to have his breakfast. When it is 11:30, that's when he realizes, oh God, I didn't have my breakfast today. So goals have to be exciting. If you want to achieve something, the goal that you have set in your mind, that has to be smarter, which means it has to be very, very exciting. The goal should excite you to work every single day. Let us move further. And this is a very famous Asim Premji. There is an Indian IT company with the name Wipro, and he is a chairman of Wipro. His name is Asim Premji, and he told us something very beautiful about goals. He tells, if people are not laughing at your goals, then probably your goals are too small. If people are not laughing at your goals, then probably your goals are very small. That is the way you have to set your goal. Now, how to do that? Let's read this. I want you to read this word by word. Okay? Please read this. Or I'll help you. I'll read it along with you so that, and I believe we still have 25 more minutes to go. So I'll be moving a bit faster from here on. So I'll read it for you. So just listen to me. These are the words of a very famous actor. And these are two sentences I have taken from a very secret letter he wrote to himself. He was not mad. He wrote a letter to himself. And these are only two sentences I have taken from the long letter which he wrote many, many years back. He wrote this letter in the year 1977. And he was setting a goal 3 years from now. This was written in the year 1977. And he was setting a goal 3 years from now. That is why on the slide you are seeing by 1980. By 1980, I'll be known as a highly paid Oriental movie star in USA. And the savings in my bank account will be $10 million. I'll be having a savings of $10 million by 1980. And in return for this, I will give my finest possible acting I could possibly give every time I stand in front of the camera. And I will live in peace and harmony. Any idea whose are these words? These are the words of the very famous Bruce Lee. Now, why am I telling this to you is because he wrote this in the year 1977 that I will become a millionaire 3 years from now. But really unfortunate, he died in the year 1979. He passed away. And by the time he passed away in 1979, his savings in his bank account neatly reflected $12.5 million of savings, which means he exceeded a goal which he had set for himself. So step number 2, my dear friends, is all about the process that we take if you want to achieve something. Now, I hope you are very familiar with this concept of a Chinese bamboo tree. What is a Chinese bamboo tree? Can someone tell me? What is a Chinese bamboo tree? Try, even if you make a mistake, fine. Have you heard about a Chinese bamboo tree, yes or no? Chinese bamboo tree is a tree. Okay, wonderful. Okay, it's a tall tree. Okay, makes sense. Strong, it's very strong. Yes, a very strong tree. Okay, nothing inside. Okay, hollow. Devika tells, yes, sir, I've heard about it, but I don't know what it is. Nothing inside. Okay, hollow inside. Okay, tallest bamboo tree. Okay, so I'll take that answer again from Tejas. Tejas is giving me very intelligent answers early morning. In which class are you, Tejas? Tejas K. Nair, in which class are you? Or his friends can also. Tejas is in grade 10. Okay, okay, great to see. Chris is telling the fastest growing growth tree. Chris Kuribula. Okay, I'll take that answer as well, Chris. So Tejas and Chris, if I collate both your answers, you're right, my dear friends. A Chinese bamboo tree has got a speciality, which means you will have to water a Chinese bamboo tree continuously for 5 years. Only after 5 years it will sprout. So at any point of time, you stop giving it water. At any point of time, you stop manuring it. At any point of time, you stop taking care of a Chinese bamboo tree, it will die. So another speciality about a Chinese bamboo tree is even if it takes 5 long years to sprout, after it has started to grow, just within 5 days, just within 5 days, it will reach a height of 20 feet. Just imagine, after it sprouts, just within 5 days, it can reach a height of 20 feet. That is a space, that is a pace at which a Chinese bamboo tree actually grows. Now my question is, in how many years did the bamboo tree actually grow? 5 weeks, 5 days, or 5 years? Is it 5 days or 5 years? Give me your answer. 5 days. Okay. 5 years. 5 years and 5 days. Okay. We have a mathematician here. He tells 5 years and 5 days. That's some logic put together. Okay. His name. Okay. I didn't get his name, but logically he's right. Okay. Now the right answer is, it's not 5 days. The Chinese bamboo tree takes 5 years to grow, which means whenever you are planning something today, whenever you have decided what you want to do with your life, and every single day with a lot of discipline you'll have to practice. Every single day with a lot of practice you'll have to do this every single day, and definitely you have to be 10 times more focused than what you are today. So process is very, very important when it comes to your journey together. And that's why I was telling, be like a Chinese bamboo tree. Let's move to the next example. This is an island. Okay. Can someone tell me in which part of the world is this? A lot of islands. If you closely observe, you will find something towards the middle. You can see a runway there. And again, in the backdrop, you will find water, mountains, all those things are there. Can someone tell me? Which island is this? It's a very famous place. A very famous place. Can someone give the name of this island? No idea, sir. Okay. Fine. It's not easy. It's not easy. So let me come back to this. Okay. You all are very familiar with the great, one of the finest presidents India have got, great APJ Abdul Kalam. How many of you love this guy? Sir APJ Abdul Kalam? Okay, a lot of people are his fans. Okay. I would say I'm a very lucky person. I got an opportunity to meet, talk, and interact with great Kalam twice in my life. In my college days, I was very active in what we call as NCC. It's called National Cadet Corps. And in the year 2008, I represented our state and I was a parade commander. I went for the RD parade that happened in Delhi. Every year during the Republic Day celebrations, we have a battalion of 100 selected people from every state. And we had to attend close to 37 camps to reach there. And I got an opportunity to meet him immediately after the RD parade that happened in Delhi. And when I was doing my degree at my college, in the university, sir came for a visit and we all gave him guard of honor. And I was his best buddy, which means you might have seen when the chief guest is being escorted to the podium where he's supposed to speak, there are two people marching next to him on his left and right. So I was towards his left. And I was made the translator by great Kalam for that function. And the second I met him when I was doing my MBA from my Christ College. He came as a chief guest. Still, this great man recognized my face. He forgot my name, but he could recognize my face, my dear friends. How humble a human being, great Kalam. Kalam sir, when he had only 2 days left to step down from the post of the president of our country, Kalam sir was thinking, what should I do? Just 2 more days I have. I should do something really meaningful and creative. So he quickly made a plan and he traveled all the way to South Africa. And from there, he went for a very long journey in a boat. 2 hours of a tiring journey in a boat. He reached a place called Ruben Islands. And that is the image that you are seeing on the screen. That is the island with the name Ruben Island. Ruben Islands, towards the middle of it, there is a jail. It's a prison that you are seeing towards the middle of it, if you closely observe. Now since this is surrounded by water, nobody could ever escape from this island, and prisoners are kept inside. He went there, and for your information, I'm telling this to you. If you look at one cell, each prison where the prisoners are kept, each cell is 6.5 feet in height and 6.6 feet wide. Each cell inside the prison is 6.6 feet wide and then 6.5 feet in height. So sunlight will never come inside the cell. It's all pasted with metallic sheets. Sunlight will never come inside this, right? 6.5 and 6.6. Just imagine a human being was inside the jail, imprisoned continuously for 14 long years, and his height was 6.3. Just imagine a man who was 6.3 feet in height stayed inside a cell not for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years, but for a very long 14 years of time. And then this gentleman became the president of South Africa, great Nelson Mandela. Kalam sir went exactly to the cell where Nelson Mandela was imprisoned for 14 long years. And he told the jailer, I want to go inside, you lock me from outside. Kalam sir went inside, and quickly within 15 seconds he came out. And he could not bear it. And he took the boat back. He went back to South Africa. From there, straight away, another journey, he went to meet Nelson Mandela. And both these characters were there at that point of time. Nelson Mandela was there at that point of time. He went straight to meet Nelson Mandela. He climbed up the stairs and hugged Nelson Mandela and asked him, who motivated you to stay inside a cell for a very long period of time, like 14 long years? And Nelson Mandela replied, who else can motivate me other than the great Gandhi? So there is one more information for you. Even in Nelson Mandela's life, the inspiration was Mahatma Gandhi, right? So I'm pretty much moved by the dedication that was put by Nelson Mandela here. Just imagine 14 long years inside a cell where sunlight will not even come inside. Just imagine. So please understand, it is not about setting a goal. It is all about the process which you go through. And the process is more important than the goal itself, my dear friends. So let's move forward. And there is more examples for you on the move. Okay. Should I ask you, can you identify the character? You all will tell me this is Superman, right? You have seen him before? Superman, okay. These days we have the Iron Man, okay, the Batman. Okay, I'm talking about a film that got released in the year 1983. If my understanding is right, there are a lot of Superman films, and different people played the characters of Superman. Now, if you see closely on the slide, I'm talking about the first Superman film that got released in the year 1983. And the man who played the role of Christopher Reeve, the man who played the role of Superman in the film was Christopher Reeve. That is the name of the actor. Now, this film became such a huge hit. In the year 1984, when we were having the Oscar award ceremony, the entire world was thinking that Superman, Christopher Reeve, will be getting the Oscar award this year for the best film, also for the best actor. But something really opposite happened. So when the time came, in the month of December 1984, Christopher Reeve went for the Oscar award function. You might have noticed Oscar ceremony. People all come in their finest possible dress. So Christopher Reeve went there in his finest possible outfit, very confident that he'll be getting the Oscar award. But when he went inside the hall, something opposite happened. People came near to Christopher Reeve and told him, "Sir, you are having such a huge fame today because your face looks exactly the same way we have seen in cartoons." So Superman was actually a cartoon character initially. And the cartoon was such a hit, that is why the cartoon became a film. Okay. So people made fun of him. You don't have any serious acting skills. You have got all this name and fame today because you look exactly the same way how you looked in the cartoons, how the character looked in the cartoons. Now this was such a huge shock for him. And Christopher Reeve could not take this kind of, this thing straight on his face. And the Superman was lying down on the ground. And the Superman was crying continuously for the next 5 minutes of time. Just imagine the superhero, Superman, was crying for 5 minutes of time continuously. And this was telecasted live, and the entire world could see that the Superman crying. This happened in 1984. 12 years later, in 1996, when the same Oscar award function happened, the same Christopher Reeve who cried and left the audience that day. In the year 1996, after 12 years, when Christopher Reeve came for joining the Oscar award function, each and every single person who was seated in the auditorium, they all stood up from their place and they all gave him a standing ovation. They were all clapping and cheering for this guy. Why? Because, like you see in the picture, in the year 1989, Christopher Reeve met with an accident. And Christopher Reeve got paralyzed neck bottom. He got paralyzed neck bottom. He was seated onto a chair from that moment onward. He did not stop there. He was a real Superman in real life. He became a crusader for spinal cord injuries. He became a motivational speaker, talking to thousands of people, lakhs of people in his career, telling them, your life is not nearing the end. You still have a life to live. So that is the story of the great Superman. So just imagine the kind of pain, the kind of process he went through to succeed in his life. So that is another example. Now there is even more beautiful examples. Any wild guesses who is this man? Don't tell me, sir, he is a shooter. I know he is a shooter. Any idea? Someone is telling Atticus, okay. His name is Karoly Takacs, Karoly Tackas. His name is Karoly Takacs. Okay, and this man, unlike what you see here in the picture, he was a right-handed shooter. In the picture, you are seeing Karoly Takacs shooting with his left hand, but actually, in his early stages of his life, of his career, he was actually a right-handed shooter. And he was known as the finest shooter in the world at one point of time. And this man belonged to the Hungarian army. He was a part of the Hungarian army. And in the year 1940, when we were about to have the World Olympics, the entire world believed that Karoly Takacs will be declared as a winner because his hand was the finest shooting hand in the world. But in the year 1938, when the army was doing a mock drill, a hand grenade exploded in his right hand. A hand grenade exploded in his right hand. His right hand was his shooting hand, and he lost his right hand. Now that was really painful to see all his Olympic gold medal dreams fading away in thin dust. But this man was really a champion. And what he did is, he started shooting, practicing with his left hand after he was moved out of the hospital. And this time he wanted to become the finest shooter in this world with his left hand. Now, just imagine if you are a person who writes using your right hand, and suddenly next day onwards, your teacher tells you, tomorrow onwards, you all will start writing using your left hand. Will that be easy or difficult? Will that be easy or difficult, my dear friends? Give me a comment. It's very hard. Undoubtedly, it's very difficult. Right? Brushing with your right hand, next day onwards, you start brushing with your left hand. That's going to be really, really difficult. So this man started practicing with his left arm, and in the year 1939, in a national level championship, Carolee Tuckers went, and he participated. And his friends were really, really, really happy to see him, and they all congratulated him because you are here to support us. He told, I'm not here to support you. I'm here to fight with you. And in that event, he became the winner. Now, all eyes are on the very next year, 1940, when we are having the World Olympics. The entire world was watching. Will Carolee Tuckers strike gold in 1940 World Olympics? That's what people were really, really moved about. But unfortunately, because of World War II, 1940 Olympics got cancelled. But this man was so determined, he practiced again. And the year came 1944. After 4 years, we have the next Olympics. 1944, people were eagerly waiting. 1944 Olympics also got cancelled, my dear friends. Now all eyes are on 1948 World Olympics. 1948 Olympics actually happened. And this man at that time was 38 years of age, but still he struck gold in 1948 World Olympics. Not only that, in 1952 Rome Olympics as well. Just imagine the power of determination Carolee Tuckers had at one point of time. And there is also another beautiful example of another great personality. And this is again, can I continue with, can I move on with one more story? I'll be done within 5 to 10 minutes. Can I continue with my set of stories? I'm a storyteller. So, okay, fine. So let's keep it 10 more minutes, and I'll try my best to wind up within that. So we started with, I believe, 97 participants, and still I could see 85, 86 participants are there. That's highly appreciated. Thanks again for your patience. So this time again, the story is of a different person, and the story is from Japan. And this is a story of a very small guy, a very short guy, who went to meet the director of the very famous Toyota company, the company that manufactures cars, and told the director of the company, I will give you the world's finest piston ring. Piston ring is a material that is used in the manufacturing of a car. He tells, I will manufacture and I will give you the world's finest piston rings. Will you please give me an opportunity to work in your company? And this man was kicked out. He was thrown out of the compound of the company. Security people came. Then they neatly collected him in their arms, and this man was thrown out of the campus of Toyota company. He went home, and then he sold his wife's gold. With that money he got, this gentleman started a very small factory. He was just about to start operations in his factory when World War II happened, and his factory was bombed 2 times. He lost everything. He worked in a different company for 15 more years. And after 15, 16 years, he started his company again. And this time what happened? Earthquake happened, natural calamity. He lost everything for a second time in his life. And the same guy again, like most of you have given me comments, the same man again, after years of continuous efforts, he founded a company that is known for quality today. And his name is Tsuchuri Honda. And the company started by him is the very famous Honda company. And today, Honda is Toyota's immediate competitor. Every day, they're eating into Toyota's share of markets. So again, the power of determination, the power of a person's vision to do things differently. These are things that we see at this point of time, my dear friends. So let's move on. And I have a small question for you. Can someone tell me what is the difference between a champion and a winner? What is the difference between a champion and a winner? I need comments. Are you able to see my screen, or will I have to share it again? Can you see my screen? Okay, because I found a comment from somebody, the screen is blank. Okay, fine. Okay, uh, tell me what is the difference between a champion and a winner. What is the difference between a champion and a winner is my question to you. Any answers? Difference between a champion and a winner. You can give a try. Champion always win. Okay, Charles is telling champion always win. Okay, I take your answer, Charles. Any other answers? Champion competes in a group of winners. Okay, that's again another heightened version. Alan Raju, thanks. Jinsi tells champion is a person who stands first for everything. Winner is a person win. Okay, Adil has given me an answer. Ananya has given me answers. And someone with the name Supersonic. Okay, probably the name is set that way. The name is something different. Supersonic tells me champion a winner for all item. Winner is an on-time winner. Okay, so Supersonic is Superman actually. Beautiful answer. Now Vigneshwar tells a champion have a winner. Okay. Now we all know this man, right? This is who's the guy on the screen? Yes, this is the Jamaican sprint runner Usain Bolt. Can someone tell me, if you take the last few Olympics in which he got gold medals and all, can someone tell me he participates for 100 meters, 200 meters, 4 into 100 meters relay? These are normally the events where Usain Bolt normally competes. Can someone tell me, put together, how many seconds or how many minutes was Usain Bolt able to run on the track only in the Olympics? How many minutes he might have spent on the field running in the competition? Any idea? For how many minutes? 40 minutes is a very long time. 40 minutes is a very long time, but still I'm happy you have given me an answer. 9.58 seconds. That is, you're telling about the speed with which he completes 100 meters. What I'm asking is, all these events put together, 100 meters, 200 meters, 4 into 100 meters relay. Likewise, this man was there in 2-3 Olympics. So all these events put together, how many minutes he might have invested? That's my question. 17, 15, 1 minute, 4 minutes. You all give me answers. The right answer is 325 seconds. You came very close. So 325 seconds on the field, and he is known as the fastest man on the planet Earth. And to reach that stage, you cannot even just imagine the kind of effort that was put into. Practices for 4 to 5 hours every single day. And 1 year before the Olympics, that becomes 6 to 8 hours every day, right? So what is the difference between a winner and a champion? Champion is a person who has made winning a habit, my dear friend. So we are talking about motivation. We talked about the importance of having a purpose in your life, how to set goals. Point number 2, we are talking about the process it takes to reach there. And the last point we come here, and the last point is this: throughout your journey, you have to be very confident. You have to be very confident, my dear friends, right? You might be scoring very good marks. You might be having the finest skills with you. But if you don't have the confidence to make it big, you're simply going to flop in life. Now, be confident throughout your journey. I hope you watch cricket. I want you to identify the characters on the screen. Can someone tell me who all are the characters in the picture? Father Jose can also try. Father is very keenly observing the chat box, I believe. He's taking a note how many of you are participating. See, Father has got a record of everything. He's even recording the entire session. Okay. So you have given me answers: Dhoni, Sachin, Dhoni. Okay, fine. Um, on the screen, this is Yuvraj Singh in the backdrop. This is Yuvraj Singh. This is the little master known as a god of cricket, great Tendulkar. Yeah, we all know him. A die-hard fan of him. I'm a very die-hard fan of him. Who's this guy? So there's a match between India and Australia. I want you to tell me the name of this bowler. Any guesses? Someone is telling that is McGrath. No, it is not McGrath. McGrath belonged to Australian team again. So it is not Glenn McGrath. Any other answers? That's not Shane Warne. But I can tell you he's a spin bowler. You came very close. That's not Brett Lee. That's not Brett Lee. That's not Bond. Bond, I believe he belongs to New Zealand, right? William, okay. Bradley, okay. No answers again. Okay. So I'll tell you what it is. So there's an incident that happened many years back, and we had an India-Australia match happening, and the character in this image that we're talking about, his name is Brad Hogue. Bradhog. His name is Brad Hogue. Brad Hogue was an Australian spin bowler. He is known as the finest spin bowler the team has got after Shane Warne. Shane Warne will come in the first list. Second is this guy, Brad Hogue. Has played a couple of matches for Team Australia. And why is this man very happy? Because he took Sachin's wicket. And why is this man so happy, so excited? Because this is Brad Hogue's first one-day international match. The first match was against India. The first wicket he got in his career was that of Sachin Tendulkar. This man was so happy, so excited, even mad that day. So after the match got over, he went to the umpire on the field and requested the ball, the cricket ball with which he took Sachin Tendulkar's wicket. And then that was like Wimbledon trophy for him, World Cup trophy. So he ran to meet Sachin Tendulkar in his cabin. And in the cabin, Sachin was there. Sachin was about to sleep and then fall down after the day's very tiring match. Brad Hogue comes in front of Sachin Tendulkar and tells, "Sir, it is with this ball I have taken your wicket." And Sachin tells, "It is okay, you can take it home." And then he tells her, "That's not what I'm talking about. It is with this ball I've taken your wicket. I've got a very small request. Will you please be kind enough to give your signature, your autograph on this ball? I want to cherish this moment. Will you please give me a signature on this ball? I'm very happy that I've taken your wicket." Sachin took the ball. He took a marker pen. He wrote something and gave it back. Now Brad Hogue is having his ball in his hand, and Brad Hogue is reading in his mind what is written. And it was written, "This will never happen again." He tells, "This will never happen again." What does it mean? Next time you will not be able to take my wicket. And what is really beautiful about this sentence is 27 times after this incident, they both are played against each other. 27 times. Both of them, they have now retired from world cricket. For the second time, Brad Hogue has never taken Sachin Tendulkar's wicket in his career. So that is what we call as confidence. And from where do we get this kind of confidence, my dear friends? When you have strong, sound belief in your skills, automatically confidence will pop up on your face. Now, when we talk about skills, one is hard, another is soft. Hard skills are your academic things, whatever we learn in school, college. Hard skills, academic marks, soft skills, right? Public speaking. Again, I would like to add on to that. The very famous Oxford University. Have you heard about it? Oxford University. Some years back, they did a very interesting survey. They wanted to figure out what is it that people are afraid a lot in their life. What is it that people are afraid a lot in their life? They took the survey for 6 months. After 6 months of survey, asking a lot of people, lakhs of people, they got 3 results. The third result, what we got was fear of death. The second result was very funny. Someone told fear of snakes and cockroaches. And the first what we got was fear of public speaking. We all have fears, right? So we all are nothing without communication skills. You might be scoring good, right? Marks are only one part of your journey. Along with your marks, we need skills like communication, your confidence building, your ability to work in a team. Are you able to lead a team of people? Look at your father principal. He's a leader, right? He has his army of teachers in the school. They all report to him. He is a leader, right? And again, teachers are leaders, my dear friends. So skills are important, and very importantly, softer skills has also to be taken care every time when we are discussing about our goals and dreams and all those things. So let me come to the final set of slides. So this is Benno Safine. Benno Safine is India's first 100% blind IFS officer. 100% blind IFS officer from India. Benno Safine from Chennai. During an interview, she was telling, the idea of becoming an IFS officer, it got into my head first and then it got mixed with my blood. She tells, the idea of becoming a civil servant, the idea of becoming an IFS officer, even though I was 100% blind, the idea of becoming an IFS officer, first of all, it got into my brain and then it got mixed with my blood. So that is the kind of commitment with which we have to move as well. So what you should do, there's a final slide for you, my dear friends. What you should do starting today. A very important slide. And with this 2-3 minutes, we'll wind up. Number one is you have to find your passion. There is something which you love doing. I'm not talking about eating. I'm not talking about sleeping. I'm not talking about, listening to a teacher in hibernation mode. I'm not talking about that. There is something that you're really, really passionate about. Need not be every time about studying. There is something else. I had a friend in my college. He was very good in photography. And today he works with National Geographic Wild. You want to know how much he earns per month? 2.5 lakhs per month. And there are a lot of examples. Someone was interested in filmmaking. Someone was very, very good in studies. Right? He's working as a scientist. Right? There were people who were really, really good when it comes to coding something. They work in beautiful companies like Wipro, Infosys, and all. Right? So there is something that you are really, really passionate about in your life. So the idea is to figure out what is your passion. Think beyond your school and college. You should know, right? Especially 10th standard students who are here with me. 10th standard students who are here with me today. Please understand, you have to think beyond your school and college. And you'll have to figure out what is your career. And it is based on your career. That is how you select an elective in your 11th and 12th. It is not like, you're done with your 12th, then you're thinking about what I want to become. No. So that decision about what you want to become has to be taken very early. And next, keep on working on your skills. Skills are very, very important. And unless and until you have the skills, you're not going to make it big in life. Right? It is not only about the marks. Right? And that is why, see, I was telling from morning onwards, there are a lot of schools that we have in our state. Schools are everywhere. How many schools are taking the initiative to give a training online? It's all classes happening, my dear friend. It's all subject talk that is happening, right? Your school is different. Your father principal is different. He has taken the pain to organize us. And let me congratulate your father principal again, because 2 weeks back, everything was planned. And today the connectivity issue happened, and the mistake is from our end. Nothing wrong with your connectivity at your school. Everything was planned properly, but the connection problem was purely from our end. So happens. But still, the kind of vision your father principal had. And initially I told him, Father, we'll do it only for 10th standard. Your father told, let's make it 8th, 9th, and 10th. And we got a beautiful set of people today, right? So it's not something that every principal or every school is doing. You got an opportunity. And what does that signify? That simply means that it is not only about studies. There are also other elements which have to be included. Your father principal knows this. He's wise enough. That is why this has been planned this way. And very importantly, the last point, build habits. Right? What is the difference between a person who succeeded and a person who failed in life? That is the last question for you in the comment box. What is the difference between a person who succeeded and a person who failed? Quickly give me a set of answers. Difference between a person who succeeded and a person who failed. We talked about goals, dreams, and all those things. Apart from that, what is that one single differentiator? I need answers, my dear friends. What is the difference between a person who succeeded and a person who failed? We discussed about dreams, goals, and all. But there is also one more element we have to discuss. This is very important for you as a student. Any comments? I'm waiting. I think people have slept in between. Some people, they have switched on their videos, but they're not seen in the video. Others are sleeping probably with the eyes wide open. Okay, there are people who have responded. Alan tells a person who succeeded already became what you hope to become. Alan, you are a scientist. Supersonic is back again with another answer. Success is when you determine your dream and goal. Okay, great. Gopika tells a failed person will succeed in life. Okay, we learn from mistakes. Thank you for that. Without failures, no success there. That is Alan, right? Okay, if I've read the name properly. Okay. Charles tells failed person would try again. Okay, doing it again and again. And Tejas is back again with a set of answers. Person who succeeded worked hard to achieve it. Okay, Tejas. Adi Dev, I'm happy to see new names are here. Happy to see that it's not the same people who respond. It's a different set of people. Okay. So failed person will try to succeed in life. Succeeded person have a strong goal. Failures are the stepping stone success. Nia tells failures stepping stone. Okay. Okay, I'll stop it there. The difference is in habits. Or I can put it this way. Successful people had habits which the ordinary people didn't have. So when you do something which you don't want to do, you will get something which you really want in life. Nobody loves to wake up early in the morning. Nobody loves to study continuously for hours. Nobody loves listening to a teacher online for hours. We all hate it, I know, deep inside. I was also a student at one point of time. But when you do things which you don't love to do, you're going to get things which you really want in life, my dear friends. So with that note, let me wind up today's session. And I'm really indebted to all the participants because, normally we have been airing a lot of sessions from our office. Normally this connectivity issue never happens, but fortunately or unfortunately, today we got interrupted probably 3 times from the start of our journey together. Your father principal was very patient, he was keeping on inspiring me to continue the session. So thank you very much, Father Principal, for giving this wonderful opportunity. I have to tell this, you gave me a beautiful set of children, and most of them were active throughout. And every time, whenever I was asking a question, you all responded, right? And the more we progressed, I got more credible answers from your children. Thank you, Father, for this wonderful opportunity. And thanks to all the coordinators. Over to you, Father. You can conclude with your remarks.
Okay, thank you very much, dear sir. You have really enlightened our section, our students. So, dear students, do you have any doubts to clarify? If you have any doubts, you can clarify now. 2 minutes, 2 seconds. You have.
They're all busy writing comments. Okay. Any questions? I can
Okay.
take that. Any questions? I'll take it. I'll wait. Thanks, not to me. Thanks to your school. Okay.
Now I request Samson Matthew to propose a vote of thanks.
Respected principal, law teachers, Prasidh Prasad sir, and all my dear friends. As we all know, we all are fighting with the
Hello.
COVID-19 epidemic
Yes.
domestically. And the most affected people by the epidemic is the children, especially the students. The children who were playing and laughing outside were suddenly trapped within the four walls of the houses. Along with that, the trouble of online classes and introduction to new methods is leading them to different kinds of mental stress. At this situation, it is very helpful for us to get a session like this. So now, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Prasidh Prasad sir on behalf of the entire St. Mary's family. Thank you, sir, for joining with us and motivating us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And also, I would like to thank our principal, Father Jose, and all the teachers for arranging and coordinating this wonderful event. And finally, I would like to thank each and every one of you who have participated in this session alternately. Thank you.
And here Bidum is to propose a vote of thanks.
Respected Principal, our mentor Prasidh Prasad sir, our teachers, Johnny sir, and my dear God, you all know how we are in this situation. Our students whose studied activities are stopped and they are in their own home surroundings. Some students are really feeling so bored and dull. This motivation class became an inspiration to all students, and I think you all are now feel too relaxed and free. So, on behalf of all students, management, and teachers, I express my sincere gratitude to Mr. Prasidh Prasad sir. Thank you, sir. And I use this opportunity to thank our dear principal who managed to arrange a wonderful program like this with the most eligible person. I really thank you, dear principal, father, and I really express my word of gratitude to Mr. Joni sir, also the territory management of Password Publications, and I thank you my colleagues and parents also who supported our students to participate in. And the word of thanks to my dear students. I could see a very active participation in today's session. I really congratulate you.
Thank you, Miss.
So please make sure that you would make it in future also. Let us motivate ourselves internally and let us make our dreams as our goals. I wish you all success. Be confident. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, dear sir. On behalf of the management, teachers, and students, we really appreciate you for your kind time with us. So, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. So, thanks to dear teachers and students, and I could see that you were very active and you have participated well. So, it's a really. It was very good, and thank you very much, dear teachers and students. Thanks a lot. Thank you, one and all. Thank you. Okay, so we will wind up now. Okay, sir.
Thank you, Father.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah.